What up, folks? What is going on? This is VF Baller, and this is the VF Cast channel. And today I want to talk about some exciting products that I have. Well, I'm just going to be talking about one of them, but I have a handful of products that I obtained through Kaico. I want to thank those guys for sending me these HDMI adapters. And I guess you could say this is going to be somewhat of a series, because what I want to do is show off each one of these products and give you my honest opinion on them. And I have like 4 or 5 different HDMI adapters that goes to your retro consoles, and I'm going to go through one by one on different videos. But the first video, I want to talk about the Saturn basic pass-through adapter. I played with the one from, I think it was from Pound, or no, it was from Hyperkin. I'm sorry. I had the one from Hyperkin, and I don't want to go too far in the weeds of that one, but I didn't too much care for it, and I'll tell you why maybe sometime down the road. But today we're going to talk about the Kaico one, because for the most part, I've been liking a lot of Kaico products, and I've been, really into them. So what I want to do is give you guys an impression of the HDMI one. Now, like I said, I got it early. I don't know when it's going to be released, but maybe this information will give you an idea what they're trying to pull off, and maybe you will want to purchase one. And we'll just, go from there. So I'm going to show you what it looks like. This is a tester, so this is not the final product, but this is it right here. And it plugs into the, the Saturn, obviously. My Sega Saturn's right here. And it needs the power like most of these adapters do. And it's basically plug and play for the most part. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug this into my Saturn. I'm going to do that right now. Let me see if I get this right. There we go. And there it is. So I want to let you guys know that it is plugged in. Let's see, here we go. There it is, plugged in right there. There's the adapter. The adapter is plugged in, so you guys can get an idea of what you're going to see. And I'm going to jump over to my breakdown window so you guys can see what this is about. So we're going to get, before I go, I want to say this. This is the game I'm going to be testing. I'm going to be testing Street Fighter Alpha on the Saturn. And because the one thing about this game has pretty good colors. And that's one thing I'm really big on, is the color match. I mean, I know the quality should be pretty clear. I don't know, it's going to be like super duper emulator quality clear, but the colors, I always want the colors to be on point. So the Street Fighter Alpha has tons of colors, so I want to show off that. So we'll get into that and we'll just go from there. All right, we got this up and running, and I don't think that you will see this screen if you was to ever purchase one. I think this is all a part of the tester situation. So this is, like I said, once again, this is a tester HDMI basic pass-through adapter. I want to see what this looks like. I want to know if the colors are on point, because all the other HDMI adapters I use for the Saturn, the colors just wasn't there. The quality, it should be fairly clean and concise, nothing like an emulator status, but I want to see what this looks like. So we're going to get this excuse me, I'm sorry. We're going to get this fired up and see how this goes. All right, so we got it going, and there it is. So far, so good. The blue don't look too bad. It's a little bit light, but it's not too bad. The Sega logo looks good. So here's my action replay. And I'm going to get past this, because, action replay is the way to go when you have the Saturn. I mean, you gotta have action replay. So we're gonna start the game, and here we go. So let's get into it. So far, it doesn't look bad based on what I see so far. I mean, on the TV itself, it does look a little blurry, or whatever the case may be. You will kind of expect that. From what I see, it's maybe, I want to say composite or S video to HDMI. That's maybe the case. I want to know if it's RGB, and you're probably going to get kind of like the same results as far as, the blurriness, because it's not going to be, like I said, emulator status, crisp and clean, or like an OSSC or whatever. But from what I see here, the colors look really good. Now, with that being said, I want to say that this is, probably S video minimum. I don't think it's composite, because composite will look really bad on here. So I would say I don't know for sure. That's just my guess. But from what I see, it looks pretty good. I mean, it doesn't look too bad when it's blurry. You know, the blurriness, because you're going to have some type of blurriness when it comes to these type of adapters playing with a lower resolution type of console. But from what I see, this looks pretty good. You know, I'm not going to let this track screen run too long. I'm going to actually go into the game. I'm going to do some training. I want to see what this looks like. But so far, I don't, from what I see, it don't look bad at all. I mean, you look at Ryu right there, it looks pretty clean. Even on the TV, it looks clean. I'm looking at all the avenues of what I have it posted on my monitor and on my TV. This looks pretty good. I'm going to play with Ken because Ken's my favorite character. Just going to go with a... I don't want Guy. I really didn't want Guy because that's 2 reds. So I'm going to have to back out and do that again. I don't want Guy. But maybe I should just pick somebody else, you know. But nevertheless, here we go. We're loading up. Let's see. Let's do character change. And I'm going to go pick Ken again. And I'm probably going to pick someone else that's not red. There's Ken. Let's see. Well, Chun-Li's good because she's blue. She's a blue color. So what I see so far, I'm going to let the game move a little bit and see if there's any weird like combing artifacts or anything of that nature. I'm going to begin. Okay, you see some combing artifacts a little bit. I see on the screen like when Chun-Li gets hit. You know, but other than that, for a pass-through, this does not look bad. Yeah, for a pass-through, this looks good. So, I mean, so far, I'm kind of impressed with this. For a Saturn pass-through, I mean, you really can't beat that. I don't feel any lag or anything. You know, it feels pretty good. So, as far as this being tested, this tester right here, I'm good on this. Now you look at the stuff in the background that says Jazz and Bourbon Bomber, and you look at all the other stuff, it looks pretty clean. Now, does it look like crisp clean? No, I mean, you're not gonna. I don't expect you to get like a OSSD or emulator style look with this, but for what it has to offer, it does not look that bad. It doesn't look bad at all. And one thing about Kaico, some of these things are usually readily available. Like I know there's some other HDMI adapters that are, I know at least one in particular that it's really hard to find because they're not always in stock. The supply is pretty limited. But one thing I'll say about Kaico does a pretty good job. I think them and, you know, Level Hike, Hyperkin, they do a pretty good job of keeping stuff in stock. But as far as the quality goes, right now, I don't see nothing that's crazy. This looks pretty good for a tester. There are a few things that they probably could, you know, change a little bit. I don't know if it's on my end, but I did hear a little bit of crackling in the sound. So the sound maybe need to be tweaked a little bit. But as far as the quality, maybe they can try to do something with the quality a little bit, maybe make it look a little bit sharper. But other than that, this looks good. I don't have an issue with this basic pass-through. One thing I do like, you know, really the pros that I like, the HDMI adapter does upscale to 1080p. It's showing 1080p on my Elgato, and it looks like, you know, it looks pretty smooth. It's running smooth. It's at 60 frames from what I see. There's nothing crazy going on, and the colors are popping. So that's one thing I like. I like the way the colors are. The colors look good. The fact that it's 1080p. The only thing I don't like for the most part, the cons, I probably could say that it's, I see how when you hit Chun-Li or whatever, it kind of, you know, look like it de-interlaces, which I don't understand how that happens. But maybe that's something that can't be fixed. I mean, for the most part, it's not really a big deal unless if you're like really a big stickler for this. That's not a big deal, but that's one of the cons. And the other one is, I'm not sure if it's on my end, but I will say if it could be addressed, that the sound, it does crackle a little bit. It crackled a bit when I first cut it on, but I don't hear it now, but it did at one point. And finally, the content's a little bit too blurry. Maybe they can find a way to put a sharpener in, like to sharpen the pixels. But other than that, this is pretty good. I would probably purchase this if it's out now. I don't see there's a reason not to, because at the end of the day, this thing is plug and play. And plug and play items is what I'm looking for at this point. I have an OSSC. I use different upscalers, and the upscalers get kind of messy. I just want something I can just plug into my HDMI switcher or plug into my TV without a middleman. So if I can get something in there that gives me pretty decent quality, that's not, you know, in the way, like a OSSC or whatever, that'd be really cool. Because you have to understand, with an OSSC, which, you know, I love the device, you have to take your SCART cables, put them in a SCART switcher, plug it to the OSSC, and then use that HDMI into the TV. So that's kind of messy for me. I just move out the SCART switcher, move the OSSC out the way, and just let me plug all my HDMI cords into a switch, and that HDMI switcher will plug into the TV, and that's how I would want it. So I know I can ramble for days. Hopefully I didn't go too long, but this is my impressions. If you're looking at the screen, it looks pretty good. I like the way this plans out. It doesn't look bad at all, and I'm able to pull off moves. There's no lag. You know, I'm liking this. The colors look pretty good, and I'm here for this. So kudos to Kaico. I think they did a pretty good job here. I don't have the other one, the Hyperkin, to compare, but I really didn't want to compare. But one thing I do remember from the Hyperkin one, the colors were off. Like Ken was like a pinkish looking red. But the next one I'm going to do the HDMI Mega Drive, and I have the Mega Drive and the Saturn and the SNK Neo Geo line doubler. So this will basically upscale this. It will line double this to 480p. I wonder how that would look. So be on the lookout for that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for all the support and all the, you know, likes and subscribes. You know, we're well over 100 subs now. Hopefully we'll get a little higher than that, but it's all thanks to you guys. So this is pretty much going to be it for this one. Thank you guys for watching, and be on the lookout for the other tester HDMIs I have, and I'll see you guys on the next one. You guys take it easy. You guys be blessed. Peace.